welcome everyone. I want to quickly shout out everyone, my good friends. Inigo. Quickly shout out everyone, my good friends. Inigo goes by Inigo. Quickly shout out everyone, my good friends. Inigo goes by Adam goes by Virtual Range. Inigo. Quickly shout out everyone, my good friends. Inigo goes by Adam goes by Virtual Range. Inigo. Quickly shout out everyone. So some good development by Virtual Range. Inigo. Quickly shout out origin. So some good development by Virtual Range. Inigo. Quickly shout out origin. So some good development by Virtual Range. Inigo. Quickly shout out origin. So some good development by Virtual Range. Inigo. Quickly shout out origin. So some good development by Virtual Range. Inigo. Quickly shout out origin. So some good development by Virtual Range. Inigo. Quickly shout out origin. So some good development by challenge me. Inigo. Quickly shout out origin. So everything else challenge me. Inigo. Quickly shout out origin. So everything else challenge me. Inigo. Quickly shout out origin. So everything else challenge me. Inigo. Quickly shout out origin. So everything else challenge me. Inigo. Quickly shout out origin. So everything else challenge me. Inigo. Quickly shout out origin. So everything else challenge me. Inigo. Quickly shout out origin. So everything else challenge me. Inigo. Quickly shout out origin. So everything else challenge me. Inigo. Quickly shout out origin. So everything else challenge me. Inigo. Quickly shout out origin. So everything else challenge me. Inigo. Quickly shout out origin. So everything else challenge me. Inigo. Quickly shout out origin. So everything else challenge me. Inigo. Quickly shout out origin. So everything else challenge me. Inigo. Quickly shout out origin. So everything else challenge me. Inigo. Quickly shout out origin. So everything else challenge me. Inigo. Quickly shout out origin. So everything else challenge me. Inigo. Quickly shout out origin. So everything else challenge me. Inigo. Quickly shout out origin. So everything else challenge me. Inigo. Quickly shout out origin. So everything else challenge me. Inigo. Quickly shout out origin. So everything else challenge me. Inigo. Quickly shout out origin. So everything else challenge me. Inigo. Quickly shout out origin. So everything else challenge me. Inigo. Thank you, Inigo. You are correct. It should be stopped now. All right. So shout out to Inigo again, the real MVP. Um, with that said, so we started talking about. We started talking about. Thank you for this subscription, Inigo. We started talking about like some hate bears that could replace Mesmeric Fiend. Obviously, I talked about like it doesn't have the on color, so I mentioned like Meddling Mage, Phyrexian Revoker, Thalia, Spirit of the Labyrinth, Ethersworn Canonist, and then I was driving home as we were having this discussion. Unfortunately, you should not be checking your phone, but it popped up on notification, and I was just thinking about it. It's like, how do we remedy this? Because the black hate bear is just not strong enough, right? And then I had an epiphany. What if we're just in the wrong splash color at the moment, and we should be splashing white? Obviously, the big upgrade is Swords to Plowshares, and we have on color tutor targets that we can find. And while we'll be worse against A plus B because there's no Thoughtseize, I feel like that's something we can maybe live without. Show and Tell is not exactly putting up big numbers at the moment. And you have potentially Deafening Silence, which is just a haymaker against all these Storm decks. Whether we want Silence plus Trap is another issue. I'm not sure. Silence is a little bit better against Reanimator because they essentially have to walk into Endurance. But Trap is better against some of these turn one decks, right? Like that we're naturally afraid of. I can also just like see playing like Leyline or something like that as well again. Let me think. The awkward part about this is we have maybe too many cards now against Delver. That's a lot of mana, Inigo. That's a lot of mana. But it might be okay. The other thing is, okay, against Doomsday, like they can kind of beat a Thalia. I feel like they might have a hard time beating a Spirit of the Labyrinth. So I kind of like that. And also against a lot of these combo decks,
I'm like boarding out to like 0 visionary, and there's like 0 glimpses already, so it's possible we just like not play any card draw. But I'm not 100% sure of that. That's more like speculative than anything else. But I do like it in theory to hose potentially like some of these card draw decks. It's also very good against like Gristlebrand. They think like show and tell Gristlebrand draw 7 is good. So we just like hose that. There is a chance we want a Skyclave aberration, but that's double white, so not very easy. Also, we're not really tied down to mana dorks. Like in the future, I can even see cutting all of these for like I don't know, Birds of Paradise or something. Like that might just ease the mana a little bit. But because like we lose the Shepherd like pump, which is like a real thing obviously, but for FH value, I don't know what you mean by FH. I think it's a little bit too fair, I think. But yeah, that might be okay. So Canonist is an option. I'm not sure if it's better than Thalia in this kind of deck because we're a creature deck, right? Like, and a Storm deck's gonna have a hard time getting through Thalia, anyways. Not to mention Thalia makes their sneak attacks and show and tells 1 mana more. So in theory, at least, I think Thalia is better than Canonist. And you don't want to go overboard with these like tutor targets. I think you want to play like the very, very best, and then I think there's a chance Revoker's probably just needed, right? At 2 mana. Again, I'm making this up on the fly, so to speak. I think maybe we want the 3rd Endurance. I'm also not sure about. Actually, maybe just a million combo cards is like good enough. We're a little bit weak, notably to Reanimator, like without Seas, but maybe it's okay. Obviously, we had an opposition agent. Mind Sensor is not as good, but it's probably good enough. It's gonna be a blowout, like regardless. And I think for the most part, while not as good, at least it flies in the air. I think there is a legitimate argument to be made that maybe the Endurance should not be main deck anymore, and we should have like a Thalia main deck or whatnot. That would just like completely hose a lot of strategies. I'm not entirely sure on that. Obviously, we are a little bit soft here to Graveyard Hate. Possible. I think we are a little bit soft to. Sorry, we are a little bit soft to Reanimator here, so that is definitely a concern. And I love to punish Reanimator players. Love to punish Reanimator players. So I can see maybe playing like I don't know, maybe 2 Leyline of the Void. Let me see. Do we have the room? So I think maybe that's okay, and then we have 1 cut. Man, I really do not want to mess with our main deck here. Thalia could potentially be main because of how good it is. Could probably steal you games against combo or whatnot too. Off color, that's the only thing, right? And we're like 1 too many. Maybe we cut these swords, but maybe I think that's just way too crazy. Spirit. Which one would I rather have against combo? Revoker or Spirit? I feel like it's probably Revoker. Hey Yog, how's it going? Yeah, I think we are close here. I'm not exactly sure how I want to do this, but I'm like debating between the Revoker spot and the Spirit spot. Revoker stops sneak attack, so that's like kind of nice. What does Spear stop? I guess Spear hurts us too, so maybe it's not the best. Yeah, okay, whatever. We're gonna try it and see how it works. We don't want to dwell on this too much. Oops. Lead match start. Sure. I guess that's to prevent the what is it called? The wind traders, right? There is a chance we can optimize this in the future, but it seems already very promising because without Glimpse of Nature in the deck, we're no longer beholden to the Shriek Maw anymore to make Glimpse work. And this just really opens up deck building, I think, for us. There's a good chance this Endurance should not be main deck anymore. I'm playing a Epiphany that we had while discussing, which is a green-white list, cutting Thoughtseize and for better removal in white Swords to Plowshares, and better Hate Bears that we can just tutor for. The ones that come to mind, obviously, is Thalia, and then Mind Sensor, and perhaps a Spirit of the Labyrinth. I'm not entirely sure about that. We could call this Top Gun, the sequel, right? But yes, Top Gun would be nice. Yeah, I'm almost certain the Endurance in the main is probably wrong now. It's just we haven't figured out what this is supposed to be because I feel like one of these bombs should probably be in the main. I'm not, again, maybe that's Thalia. That seems like the highest ceiling card and very high floor. I think Oof needs to be made for what it's worth. Have a Bow Vita. No, we're just gonna do it. Yes, I know, but we're just gonna go into it, Inigo. Time is of the essence. Mulligan. Oops. Whoa, why is the font small? I guess you have limited ways to hardcast grits in this build. What is wrong with my font right now? What's going on? I think we take the Fiend Artisan. I don't want to be just hosed to like the random moon player, so I'm just gonna fetch here. Oh great! Don't tell me it's the mirror. The one thing about Endurance that's nice is it's also a Lotus Petal when it's not good. So there is that ceiling. I mean that floor, right? In the cart in the deck. Oh, it's what the heck? Looks like it's Hogak. I'm glad I led with Reclaimer. That is very nice. This font's gonna trip me out for a while, I think. GAC or the GB list you sent? What do you mean by that? GAC or the GB list you sent? I'm not sure what you mean by that, Jacob. I think I'm gonna hold Reclaimer up. You can therapy me if they have it. I don't know if they still do run it or not. Okay, they do. I don't think it matters too much, luckily. They're gonna name Artisan, but I don't think. The good thing is there's nothing to flashback here. They might just name Natural Order still, because that's the most dangerous card. Greedy name, in my opinion. Greedy name. I kind of like Jacob's name now. It's like really growing on me, Top Gun. It's like super fitting. Top Gun : Fiend Artisan. Okay, they're probably targeting me? What's going on? Sure. Sure. Playing the Savannah. Threshold. Do I care? Obviously I get maybe a little bit punished if they have like the natural, I don't know, dry arbor in hand or something like that. No, I mean they could. Actually, Delta means probably not. Well, I think I want to just do this. Actually, no. Actually, if I do it that, yeah, let's do it this way. That leaves up both guys creative activation and Boseiju. I'll pass. We just need. We're in like the draw natural order part of the fate game now. I think we have to bog here now. I think we have to bog now. Because of the Hogak. Oops. Can't block. I could have attacked, I realized. Missed 1 point of damage. I feel like we just bash now? Yeah. Ah, yes. Julian was on Painter. He mentioned he was gonna 5-0 potentially, or playing for it. That bridge is quite annoying. Sure. Man, they're gonna get Vengevines out? I don't think there's anything I could have done about that. Hey Straz Daddy, thank you for the raid. I guess what we could have done was hold up the Reclaimer and the Shepherd, and play defense, but I think that's probably fine. Yeah, probably no reason to attack there. In hindsight, I don't think we're trying to aggro this deck out. Okay, we'll pass, I guess. Thank you for the raid, Mark. So one way we can get rid of the bridge is declare blocks and then pitch the arbor. we're just waiting for either Green Sun Zenith or Natural Order here. Fiend Artisans probably gets the job done too, to bail us out. Did they mill us with the Undead Butler? I guess they did. I think here what I'm going to want to do is kill the Vengevines and then declare blocks on the Gravecrawler. I think I can get a fetch land to thin. The oof means we don't get combo kill, so that's the good thing. Alright, I think they're just drawing dead, right? We just have like walls up. That's pretty nice. Alright, what do we do here now? I think we want the Revoker, which is like pretty neat against the Hogat, I mean the Altar. Leyline of the Void, obviously, you know, deck building coming in handy here. Source of Plowshares, probably pretty good here. I don't think we want Thalia, we want Gris. We want to cut some of our grindy elements. Let me see. I think... Actually, do we even want swords? I feel like we do, but it's not... I don't know if we need it. We'll try it. Some of the mapping's all off, but I think that's okay. We're just trying to figure this out. I don't think we want Mind Sense here. Not quite as good as Op Agent, but it's on color. Yeah, it's on color, I guess. And it flies, so it's like worth something, I guess. Oof, this is awkward. I feel like on the draw, Reclaimer might just be too slow. But it really depends on their hand, too. I mean, we have a chance at like Endurance and Layla. I think we just mull here. It's just kind of the same. Alright, I think we'll keep now. Alright, they conceded. Which is fine. I think they know, yes and no, I think Ming Empire. There is definitely more, shout out to all the trophy leaders at the moment. That reminds me, actually. I would like to congratulate Deltar for winning the trophy race last season and joining the ranks. I was glad I was able to welcome him into the club, I guess. Rumor on the street was that I won it once upon a time, but that's neither here nor there. Actually, twice upon a time, if we're being accurate. Alright, next match, I guess. Some notable ringers here at the top. Rich Cali, Jason Murray, and then Medvedev. Ringo Death Star. This is a painter player. I don't know their real name. I just like have played against them before. Can't keep this. I have no cards that. Well, I have one card that's like really good, but not against that. Ooh. Slightly better. Oh, I made a mistake. I can't cast Gris. That's gonna be awkward. Ooh, I don't want to cut Gris though. That is awkward. Do you think if I open all these I can open a 5-0 trophy and be in the leaderboard? You never know if you never try, right, Romario? That said, I have always been unfortunate when I open chests, so maybe wouldn't recommend that. Unfortunately, yeah, this is now suddenly dead. Painter. So I probably, in hindsight, should have mulled again. Oh, that's pretty good, though. That is pretty good. The good thing is, like, we have 8 Greenstone Zenips that can, like, fix for Gris if need be. I think we just do this, though. Actually, I should have well, there's an argument to be made. Maybe I'd play the Water with Symbiote. Because what if they have Fury here? We're just, like, hosed. What kind of monsters would play main deck Fury? Now that I said it, I'm pretty sure it's gonna happen. Nope. God. Ooh. So, if we had played that correctly and played the symbiote, that'd be 3 creatures for... We have 4 mana for natural order, but still be short lethal. I gotta count mana correctly because I have been known to screw this up multiple times before. Actually, it's gonna be 3 mana, right? I have like screwed this up. Luckily, it's hard to screw up here. I feel like if they had the ball, they would have already used it. Revoker is notably going to be relevant in this matchup. I would estimate that there are a very small number of players in the club trophy race winners. Off the top of my head, it's probably less than 10 that I know at the moment for Legacy at least. Off the top of my head. So I'm gonna get the collector oof and hope they don't have a bolt or a red blast. Obviously, it comes to mind Eric Landon. What's it called? Negator, Tom Hep. Oh shit! All right, so they do have it. Oops, we should not have showed them our list. Whoops. Actually, also it tells them our thing grows, so I should not have done that. That is bad by me. Alright, we'll just board in the relevant cards. Yeah, so let's see. Oops, wrong one. I'm gonna change the thing for a second. I'll be back. Eric, Tom, Ali, Deltar now, Arkin, Mitchell, myself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 off the top of my head I can name. That has done it. So I don't think Shepard is good in this matchup. And then I think we just cut the slow grindy stuff. Probably forgetting somebody else. I apologize. Oh, Pokimoki. So Jeff. So that's 8. Has done it. I think this is a slam dunk keep. Okay, so he played probably before my time, so that would be 9. But I think since I started playing, he has not. So this was like since 2019 essentially. I can count about 8 people who've done it. Rumor on the street was I've done it, but I don't know. I have no recollection of what people are talking about. Word on the street is I've done it. This hand is notably very soft to Fury. But what can you do? We might just have to walk into it. I don't think win trading happens in Legacy. Win trading was really a vintage and a standard thing, Dustin. Like it's more to monetize money, not really trophies. Um, this is gonna be very difficult. I feel like we're gonna get blown out by Fury here, but I mean, I think we have to do it. Welder, and then like, do we want to hedge a little bit and just like not? I mean, I never say never, but 60 is a lot. I do think Tom that's gonna be like a thing for a while. I think we just like pass. Possible we just run the arbor into the welder, and then we don't have to name the. They probably don't block. There's a good chance we just get feared here. I'm saving the arbor to pitch in case it matters. Yeah, Maverick for sure. We're even playing old school Maverick here with Phyrexian Revoker. I think we just fetch here to thin. I'm trying to bait out the Fury, but maybe that's not enough to like make them happy, so to speak. We're just gonna get buried here if they have it. I think we do we value the. We'll bash first, see what they do. Sure. That makes me feel better. I think we stick the Artisan here. We have the other one to pitch. I did say that, Romario. I did say I'm thinking about adding Nyla Reliquary. The problem is when I played Yorion, Nyla Reliquary wasn't even good enough. If you're a Maverick player, please close your ears right now. Sure. Hmm. Mm-mm-mm. I think we want to. Yeah, let's do it this way. I don't think we want to attack. They may have like multiples and we just be screwed. It's very much a Maverick deck now. We're even playing all these like old mainstays like Reflection and Revoke. I don't even know that's a real card. Maybe it's like suboptimal. Like I thought about Spirit of the Alignment. I thought about like Canonist, but maybe it's the best. I don't know. Yeah, I can see that happening. What's it called? Achilles. Kristoff, but then I don't know. Like I don't know how often it really happens. I'm sure it happens a lot less now that people frown upon it. I don't think we block here. That seems like a trap. It could be like a. It's trying to fury me. Like I don't really count that as a win trade. Win trading is a little bit different. Ming Empire. I think you're getting it confused. They may go 3-1 if. Actually, we can't even pitch. Yeah, so they were smart. They pitched just in case I have endurance. Sure. Do we? This fairy is gonna be so annoying. We might have to just like swords it right now. Actually, we can just like trade with this endurance. It's fine. Win trading is a thing that happens in vintage and standard because there's not a lot of people. What they do is they pick hours that nobody plays, and then they like have one person go 5-0 and the other person go 0-5. It's like I don't want to get into the nitty gritty details, but that's like the crux of it. We can kill the. I feel like we have to kill the Fury here. Actually, I probably shouldn't have done that. Probably should not have done that because now they have the bolts like in their deck. I usually don't too because I know from Moonstompy not to do that. I don't know why I just like did that right now. Actually, we can't attack. Yeah, we cannot attack. There's a chance we besiege the land here. Sure. I think we do. It's super annoying though, but I think we do. I don't think we want to like die to constructs, so I think we just do it now. It's one person using so many parents, and when they parent to anyone else, they just sit there. Yeah, so Eli knows the crux of it. Like, I like there's like some gory details. I don't really know all of the details, but the high level is they're trying to like maximize money, from what I understand. Like, I'm sure there's a lot of people who can explain to you me, but what you're thinking is not really win trading. It's something else. Don't get me wrong. Like some people think it's bribery, but uh, that is not what people are referring to, though. Confluence, I guess, yeah. It's quite annoying, but what can you do? Oh, shoot. Oh, I clicked through it too quickly. Well, that's awkward. That's so bad. I'm gonna get punished by this now. Oh, maybe not. They have a second one. I guess they can get another moon if they wanted to. Super punish. Super punish. Actually, no, I have... What am I doing? I have enough. Oh, it's... Oh, I guess it doesn't matter because they can, like, twin sniper me, attack with everybody, and then I die, right? Like... So, I would have potentially been at 7. They crash in... And then maybe I go to... I don't know. Shoot. Yeah, I got super punished. God. I think I win this game too, right? I get Progenitus and maybe Stabilize. But that's my fault. Like, I clicked through too quickly. I should have been able to kill the Magus. Been at 7 life and they only have 2 creatures. They, of course, could have got something else. It is a turn 2 clock though, for whatever it's worth. So they could have just like sniper me too, go to 5. I can't really attack, and then like they potentially still win. I don't know. It's hard to say. I'm trying to think of like the scenarios where it plays out, but the problem is the recruiter makes it so they can just like get anything. All good, Loomer 88. I mean, that's what happens. I mean, sometimes you don't catch all the breaks. So, I think it's like 50-50 whether I win or not. Because if I play it correctly. Because the recruiter can find, I don't even know what else they have. I guess in theory they could have like, I don't know, like another moon or something like to keep me off mana. But I think there's a good chance I stabilize there, but it's hard to say. Also, if they just get a... Yeah, I don't know about cutting NO. NO is responsible for the most wins, I think, out of any card. At least directly. Obviously, Gaia's Cradle is responsible for a lot of wins, but indirectly. But in terms of just like killing your opponent, I think Natural Order is by far like 30% of the kills or something like that. Or at least 20%. I have to look at the numbers. Julian did trophy. Oh, there it is. There it is. I know he said he was playing for the 5-0. I don't know how it turned out, but... I actually think the clunky card is Glimpse, but that's me. Which is why I cut it. I also don't think very highly of Metal Sentinel. I think it's a win more card, personally. Alright, here's the list that I am playing or testing at the moment. Oh, I see, Dukes. That makes sense. Yeah, I saw he posted it a while ago, so I was just like, well, maybe that game took a long time, but that does make sense, Dukes. That does make sense. I'm a little bit sad I lost that game 2 to Painter, but I also misplayed, and even if I played it correctly, I think there's a good chance I still lose, for what it's worth. I've been paired. There is, like I said, a good chance I still lose, so not the end of the world. Also, we're just like testing here. Obviously, like if I cared about trophies, then yeah, I potentially lost one, but we'll see. If I end up going 4-1, then I'll be a little bit sad, I guess. If you want to play an optimal build, there is a chance 4 Windswept Heats might be correct too, because you can pretend you're on Green-White Depths. Obviously, if your screen name is Hello Newton, nobody's going to believe that, but I'm just saying if they don't usually know what you're on.
So depending what they do here, we can lock their expedition map. But yeah, I have made that mistake before, and usually it's just being too hasty, right? Like, oh, it looks like it's lands. Uh, Usually it's because, what was I gonna say? I think there is a chance we just lock their expedition map here. I'm not sure if it's worth it though, but we'll see. Actually, no, they're gonna port us, and then we're gonna be one short. Sure. I think it's. Correct sequencing there would have been actually Warwood for. Actually, it doesn't matter, I guess. I think we're just gonna tap out. And then if they have a tabernacle here, we just live with it. Because we have a second cradle. Obviously, the worst case scenario, I don't think it's possible, right? They would have to have tabernacle. Like, because they don't have green, right? They would have to have wasteland plus tabernacle. Take care, Dukes. Always a pleasure. For those who are curious, I told Dukes and he's in agreement. I think Maverick needs to play 4 Fiend Artisan. I think the card is just too good not to play. And structurally speaking, I think we and Maverick are the most aligned at the moment of the Sylvan Syndicate. So I think Maverick has some. I wouldn't say it's soul searching, but some reconfiguring to go is probably the right word. For the Syndicate, for sure. Alright, they're gonna port us here and then they're gonna lose. This is what's gonna happen. Alright, they're gonna port our land and we're gonna bomb them for like 24 damage. Actually, we have a cool line. This is win more, obviously, but I just want to show so viewers know about this line. In this case, it's win more, but sometimes it can matter. Mind Sensor is the stone nuts in this matchup. So it's do I care about swords? Like, it's good against Mirror Age, but I don't know if I like. Are they gonna try to go for Mirror Age against me? Maybe, maybe not. I don't think we want Revoker, but maybe it's okay. I think Leyline for sure. Don't want Grace, don't want Collector Oof. I'm gonna cut all the grindy stuff, because that's not what this matchup is about. Yes to STP. You are probably right, Inigo. We also have cuts. I don't think like Wirewood and Visionary really do anything anyways. And we just don't die to Mirror Lade potentially. They could have Reclaimer too. I mean, it's just, the card is just too good, right? Oof. It's like a mole, double mole almost already. Like, and Progenitus is like one of our main ways to win this matchup. I think we put it back. No, I'm testing a new build. Keep. I think here. Man, I want it all. Like, we're gonna play greedy and cut a land. Reclaimer is just okay. I don't know. It's pretty good in that deck too. I think. Maybe not as good as ours, but like I think it's pretty good still. Ugh. People in their prison elements.
I joke internally to myself. The lands the players just don't want you to play Magic. And there's nothing they love more than destroying your lands. Now I kind of regret not keeping the land. Actually, I should have pitched the Artisan. There's really no need for two. So, it's something to keep in mind. I have actually not played this matchup since adding Fiend Artisan. So, something to learn every day, obviously. Land. Big regrets now for not keeping that other land. I think it's pretty good. It just can't be combo. Illuminate. I think it's pretty good. It's extremely consistent, just like all the other green decks, because it's part of the Cabal, or not the Cabal, the Sylvan Syndicate. But yeah, shout out to speaking of which, shout out to Julian for the 5-0 on Painter. Glad he got there. Curious how that turned out, but like yeah, I didn't really follow the timestamp really closely, so my only thought was maybe he's still in the middle of the game. But yeah, I think this game here is slowly getting out of hand here. Needle, what are they needling? Probably Artisan, I don't know. Reclaimer's pretty good actually. I think if I were them, I would name Reclaimer. I guess that's like a thing too. We're staring down a lot of damage though. Unfortunate. That's like as broken a start as you can get though out of lands against us. Ugh. I think we have to ramp as much as it pains me here. We're probably dead, to be honest. Like, it's a lot of pressure, and we're gonna start to have a chump block, and we can't develop our board. Like turn one sphere with Saga activated for constructs is probably that's probably just a nail in the coffin. As good a start as you can get out of the lands deck. I think we're dead. I might just concede here, like after this top deck. Because the problem is we're gonna abyss ourselves now, and we're just not winning this game. Sorry. Yeah, it's not good. Yeah, I think based on the way that played out, I think I like the boarding strategy. I think we just hope not to get cheesed out of the game like we just did right now. Another awkward hand. It's like a mold of 6 already. The Arbor there is like kind of sketch. The ley line is quite good though. I think I'm gonna keep and see. Maybe we draw an Endurance and pitch the Progenitus. Yeah, turn one Saga, then that's a problem, but sure. That is a card we can beat. I think that card is kind of overrated against elves. If the elf player knows how to play the matchup. I think that card is not as good as people think it is. It's just a lot of elf players don't know how to play against it is the thing. Um, I think we play that. There's no the Arbor doesn't do anything at this point. It just hurts us back, and I think we'd rather just hit land drops. I think we want to get to the third land. So the reason why I did it this way was because in case I draw a third land, I can tap out for a Cradle. Because otherwise the Arbor is just taxing itself, right? Hmm. That is actually interesting. I'm gonna play everything out. The good thing is with the Arbor trigger on the stack, I can pitch it for the upgrade. And then the Landlord pays for itself, so that's kind of free. Thank you for the follow, Hinahara37. We're just gonna build towards like a. Alright. That's fine too, I guess. We don't actually care, I think, about the Landlord. I think what we want to do is pay for the Reclaimer. Don't care, I think. No. Oh, hey, Jonathan. Thank you for the support. Actually, oh, I messed up. I should have done an end step. In case I. Oh, that's a mistake by me. Because I want to draw the Cradle potential. Oh my god, really punished. I don't know why I like tunnel. Because I was tunnel evasion. I was tunneling into the Dried Arbor sack upkeep. But that like got me mixed up. I should have not done that. They might just try to like waste me out of the game here. Sure. So like I got real punished there. I drew another uncastable card because I like floated mana and then I just needed a tap for the Reclaimer and then I could activate on there instead, but it's too late for that now. Yeah, I was just thinking about sacrificing the Arbor and I was still in that mind state when really I could have just paid the Landlord Elf for the Reclaimer, keep 2 mana up. This plays around Wasteland as well, and then not only that, it doesn't thin my deck out of a Cradle. Giving back hope to my guys, Cradle. Thank you, Hinahara. I bet you their hand is all Life from the Loam. That's why it's like so awkward right now for them. Actually, if you like my content, here is my socials. You can feel free to sub to either Twitch or Patreon. Mistake from our opponent. We can use that to pay for the Reclaimer now. Yeah, it's my fault. We drew the natural order because I like floated mana and tapped out for no reason when I didn't need to. So that's on me. Um, I think with this kind of hand, I I feel like I kind of have to start committing to the board. Obviously, they waste here. It's like awful for us. But I don't think we actually care about the. I actually don't think we even care about whether they waste the cradle or not. Like, or port. If need be, I'm just gonna sack the shepherd. We start bashing now. If they tap out for some reason, which they shouldn't. Uh-oh. I hope so, Sager. I hope so. Oh, the maze is gonna be awful for us. I think that's a wasteland. Nope. That's pretty good, actually. It's a dark ritual right now. They're gonna pop, kill everything, and then yeah, and then kill the exploration as well. But then get the reclaimer off the board. The maze is gonna be annoying because one of the ways we win is with big Fiend Artisan. Our opponent is now 4 minutes behind. Jesus. Sure. What a brutal hand, though. We got severely punished from that misplay. We drew right into the second natural order. It's not bad. Actually, it's pretty bad. What am I saying? There's no point of fetch here because okay, they're probably just gonna search up a wasteland, I would imagine. We just have uncastables, unfortunately, in my hand right now. And the May, well, yeah, it's kind of bad for us. This is why I hate opening hands with Progenitus when the matchup really needs it. Okay, they messed up there. I don't think it's gonna matter, unfortunately. Actually, while we have some break time, I want to thank all my Patreon subscribers. Just so you know, your support is not all in vain. I did buy finally a new microphone. So I didn't use it today because I didn't have time to set it up. But I will be using that probably starting the next stream going forward, so that when I have a guest, like the audible has been an issue lately, where they can't hear me. So I went out of my way and bought a pretty nice what does it call it? I bought a nice what is it called? Microphone to remedy that. So your voices are heard. I'm like a politician, right? It's the Wave 3. I forget the. Hey Tom, how's it going? Actually, that's Adam. That is Negator69. It is. It's my fault really because we opened with Progenitus in natural order, and maybe we already mold a 6, I believe. I could be wrong. Maybe not. I don't remember. But the issue was I screwed up. I tapped my reclaimer. I floated mana, and then like I tunnel vision into sacrificing it, or sacrificing a land for Cradle, and I drew immediately the second natural order right away. When I didn't need to do that because I tunnel vision into sacking the Arbor, but they wasteland the Arbor on their turn. Thank you, I appreciate that, Inigo and Zadra. Our opponent is playing quite slow though. Usually it's the elf player who is behind on clock because of all the tabernacle triggers. I still think we can win from this board state, but we're gonna have to get a little bit lucky. Again, they're not supposed to do this. Like they're supposed to do that on draw after we pay for the tabernacle triggers. So like pretty sloppy on their behalf. Fiend Artisan is pretty good. Thank you for the follow, NH Velo. I think here. Actually, we can't because they have a maze. Maybe they maze. I don't know. We'll see what they do. Maybe they don't do it. I don't know. Alright, they take. So our beatdown plan is beginning. I probably actually should have attacked with the Shepherd. Well, oh, that one's tough actually. I was thinking maybe attack would get that because I don't think they block with a construct token there. But then you lose a mana off the Cradle if you draw another Cradle, and that's another way we backdoor into a win. So maybe not actually, especially if they start porting correctly. We're dead to Merit Lage here, but I don't think there's anything we can do about it. Bounce Land would be sick here. Yeah, I agree with that. I have thought about playing Bounce Land again, but then not quite there yet. It is worth considering though. This is like pretty bad. They would have been blown out too by Swords to Plowshares. Our opponent, we're losing to somebody who's misplaying, which is probably the frustrating part. Like you're supposed to do that end step when we have 2 mana up. We took a turn off to attack, but maybe it's correct to just get the Karakas there and be safe. They obviously could port it, or do something else to it, right? This is an aggravating loss. Like this doesn't make any sense. There's no reason to make it there. I feel like we needed to start pressuring, but the real mistake was there was two mistakes this game. The first one was when I tapped out my reclaimer for no reason to thin out my deck, and then we drew the natural order. And then the second one, it's I think less a mistake. Not it's like it's like debatable when we attacked, but I felt like we needed to get pressure on. There's an argument to be made. We play it safe and get the Caracas first, but I think we wanted to get pressure. So it is what it is. I don't think we should be results oriented per se. Also, it makes me feel better that we punted game 2 already or match number 2. So we didn't spoil ourselves the 5-0, thankfully. And I think regardless, I'd rather see how the deck plays out than worry about the results if we misplay, right? Obviously, if our opponent misplayed, which they did twice at least. One time didn't matter, which is at the end there. The other time, the port, I'm not sure how much that matters, depends on their hand. This is a keep. It's also good to keep that in mind when they misplay. So if you win because of that, that's probably not like, you probably put that with an asterisk, right? Or even better, just throw it out. Depends if you think you would have won regardless or not. So some kind of control deck. Oh my god. I don't think we want our mana to be constricted. So like, there's some people who'd want to go for the cheese plan. Will like Sword Your Arbor. I think yes and no, Sadra. I think the matches have been okay. It's just like I made him a few. We got a little bit unlucky. I think that game 3 against Land, and they did have kind of the nuts game 2. Uh, I think the Lands matchup overall, I'd rather not face it, but I think it's probably 40-60. Like, I think it's completely winnable. Sure. The Painter game, I definitely punted though, with the Moon. So it's really on me. So it's nobody's fault but my own. Oh, okay. We're playing against the CFT SOC deck. Brainstorm. Usually they get Ephemerate. So that's kind of interesting. Notably, the Sword of Plowshares very good in this matchup because it's a blowout. Possible their hand is just so bad they needed to. Yeah, we've seen this deck, Adam. For those who don't know, yeah, Adam is Negator 69, and he and Inigo are the ones that prompted this green-white build, which I think is promising in theory. I think I think that brainstorm's got to be wrong. I feel like it has to be ephemerate. There is a chance as the Ice Fan we get blown out. Yeah, this hand, we're just drawing pretty poorly here. It could be a number of things. I don't think we want to attack. Typically pretty dangerous attack into 3 open mana. Oh, maybe they already had the Ephemerate in hand. That would be another reason. Yes. Or at least some version of it. Alright, they're gonna start chanting us every turn. That's super annoying. I think we are probably locked now. Outside of like drawing Bog or something like that. Or Endurance. We also drew pretty poorly. Oh, they're not gonna get the E-Wit for some reason. Maybe they're just constrained on mana? Whatever would be really nice here. Cradle. They're gonna chant us. That's... Well, it is what it is. Possible we want to just attack with all there. Because I don't think they're gonna block with the Spellseeker, but they're on the off chance they do, I think we better not. Like if they have a second one in hand or something like that. Also, it might mess up our mana for Hoof. It's for Savannah. Sorry, for the sideboard cards. Like I was thinking about it, and I don't think we need black anymore because Source of Plowshares is now a strict upgrade, right? Because we wanted Maul before, because you can glimpse into it. You can cast glimpse earlier, and Maul is just like savage with glimpse of nature. Without glimpse of nature in the deck, I think swords makes a lot of sense. The sideboard, obviously, the combo I hate is weaker and stronger at the same simultaneously, depending on the matchup. I think if anything, the control matches maybe get a little bit worse. Yeah, I still have Gris. We have one Birch Lord to cast it in an emergency. No, not for good, but it doesn't look good. I'll put it that way. What did they do? They shuffled. I think we get the Shepherd here. Let's see what they do. I should have cast that afterwards. I don't think I think we hold. They have 3 Source Plowshares already, so that's not good. I feel like we'll end up on Thoughtseize personally. It's possible. Alright, now I think we're just locked. I felt like they could have done it before. Well, Now they can just chant us out of the game, unfortunately. I mean, it's a cool deck, I think. It's a lot of moving parts, but it probably punishes fair decks, I would imagine, and cannot beat combo. Interesting. 3. Are we short mana? 1, 2, 3. I think we are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, okay, what did they do? They return orange chant to hand with Eternal Witness. So they still have that, sure. Actually, you know what? I probably should have attacked with the collective. Alright, there's the force. I mean, we can like luck into it, Dustin, for the casting the grist. There's like a virtual 9 virtual rangers between Green Sun and Fiend Artisan. Also, the one bog, like the Reclaimer can get. I don't think it's as big a deal as you think. Like, I played the white version before with grist, and it turns out more often than not, it's usually okay. They probably chant here, I would imagine. I'm not sure why they didn't do it before. Maybe they thought we had. Yeah. I think here we're just gonna start. Oh, we can't even attack. All right. That's true. We're gonna double. I think we might be locked now. I'm trying to think how this. I haven't played their deck, but so they ephemerate here, and then they get back an ephemerate, which gets back a chant. So yeah. I think the only way we have it is like natural bog. Maybe it's like maybe the only way. Depends if we want to just like try to draw one of out of the. They're also getting a lot of value, so I think we'll just, in the interest of everybody's time, concede. It's not coming up anyway, so. The thing is, like, I don't want to concede to people if they're not gonna play a win condition either, right? Like. But in the interest of time, though, I think swords is like quite good here. Don't want the collective. I think we can. It's kind of match. What do I want to cut? I feel like endurance is kind of meh. But it's good against like their E-wit though. Maybe the one of just a tutor for. Yeah, for sure. Time equity. Yeah, like even if they don't like win, like Avon. Yeah, Avon is true. That's good. I don't think Thalia is great here. I think that we can cut the dorks and just like play all good cards. Actually, I don't even love endurance, to be honest. I think the speed probably just matters more. It's like a one of Ewit, right? Like, don't think we love it. But yeah, my sensor is probably nuts here. Why? The Progenitus is in our sideboard, and that's because. Okay, I'm gonna look at this. This is awful. This is significantly better. I think here we probably cut the Reclaimer. Yeah, they have Fetch Lands, GSZ, Spellseeker, a bunch of search. I think here we want a Visionary and hopefully just hit the land drop. There is a small chance. I need to think about it. Maybe we ramp and guarantee it as well. Okay, that's just the best of both worlds, I think. We get the Cradle out. They also have Earl, yeah. They probably kill the Reclaimer, I would imagine. This is like the new Esper Vial almost, right? Sudden Demise. Okay, that's kind of annoying. The good thing is we can play around it. Do we have Gris in our deck still? Yes, we do. Is Aven better than opposition? Yes, if you're in white. Overall, no. Because Agent, you can steal their card. And there's a chance they get lucky in the top 4. So we'll see how long before they feel like they're forced to demise here. I can't imagine they want to leave out like 3 creatures on board. Why is Thalia not good? It could be. It could be. But they have a lot of creatures, and the Ephemera is like 1 mana more. I don't know. It might be okay. So we have the Finhorn and the Elvish Mystic in. But yeah, Thalia could be okay. So they messed up because they had their 1 Arbor. They don't have a red, notably, too. I think 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think I tick up and force them to force. Although eating that is like very attractive at the moment. Alright, Alright, let's see what they do. I'm gonna get Waterwood and... Actually, this is a must force. Yeah. The reason being is I have lethal on board if they don't. So I think I like just like killing their arbor there. Yeah, grising their arbor seems not there. I forced out their force because of the otherwise I have lethal on board. I think here the correct play is just getting a fetch. But yeah, they're stuck on land now after we like time walk them essentially. I think we get another arbor here. Tick up. Force this through. Force. Actually, I'm gonna force everything through. And then just start bashing. Yep, again, lethal on board, right? Like, they have to answer everything. And I don't think they can. There's just too many different, like, 1, 2, 3 different threats at the same time. And they're stuck on lands. I think Thalia might be worth it, but it's a little bit scary when they have sudden demise. What wrath? Sudden demise. So I think we can cut a Finhorn. I think the other stuff is just like whatever's. Possibly we want the Progenitors, but I feel like it's like not great in this kind of matchup. Yeah, it is against that at least specifically. I see. I think this is a keep. This deck is like very much like Maverick-esque now because it's like slamming threats on curve. And then the one that they don't answer, you like try to run away with that. So historically that would be like Mom into Stoneforge into Night of the Reliquary, right? I think there's no universe we don't ramp here. Thanks. Yeah, we can Thalia them now if need be. I will not be testing the Elf Lore. I don't think it's remotely close. Like, you have to have 4 mana before it even does anything. Otherwise, it just eats a removal spell. I think on this situation, let's see, what do we want to do? I think we want to go Visionary into Reclaimer. Because I think I just want to hit land drops naturally. And Reclaimer's kind of a must answer, right? Like, you don't want to be staring down Cradle suddenly. Yeah, smart. That screams Ice Fang, but ooh. Okay, that changes our line here. For sure, it's grist time. I think if they want to chump block, that's fine. Yeah, by cutting Glimpse, actually the deck has become a lot more flexible. Maybe the Prismatic ending the grist, but I think that's okay. E-Wit, alright, sure. Um, we're gonna bash with 3 and see what they do. This could be ephemera and we just get blown out. I feel like we cannot afford to. Oh, million natural order hurts. I feel like we cannot afford to. If they have the whatever this sudden demise, it is what it is. Yeah, so we would have got blown out, right? Like, I gotta respect the white mana up for Ephemerate. The whole deck is like built around the card. It's a nightmare for control decks, which we secretly are. The good thing is they have to answer 2 Artisans here or they will die. They have 1 answer already. Looks like they might be searching for the second one. I don't think there's room. Like, it's really a creature deck, right? There's 1 swords. There's another. They cast Ephemerate, targeting eternal weakness. How does rebound work? Yeah. Shields are down if we draw an actual order. Actually, Hoof is milled. That's very awkward. That is extremely awkward. How do I navigate this now? Because actually, oh, I messed up. I should have done something differently, but that's okay. I should have tapped the Arbor so I can untap with it after combat. I think we're just trying to go wide now. They're gonna ephemerate their E-weight again, but we have quite that board now. Oh, that's a lot of value. This is one of the decks that actually can outvalue us. Ooh, Traverse finding any creature is kind of scary. I didn't think about that, but that's pretty scary. We have to draw the Swords to Plowshares pretty soon. Did we board out the Endurance? I think we did. Shoot. Yes, we did, unfortunately. Dahlia, not bad here. It's a tutor for. To slow them down. So there is that. We're gonna get back to swords here. Never mind. Brainstorm? I think they're trying to set up on the same turn Spellseeker for sudden demise. I think they have to answer the Artisan though. Like I don't think it's like allowed for them to let us untap with that. Despite the hoof being in the yard. So there is the red for the sudden demise. Could be, yeah. I think we know part of their hand. Like they have the ephemera in their hand, I believe, and we know they have a traverse in their hand. So their hand is known now. Actually, they brainstorms, but I gotta think the traverse is still in their hand. What the other hand card is, it's probably the ephemerate, so that's close. Chantlog doesn't beat Grist, that is true. So there's the swords. Is in exile about to be rebound? Yeah, I feel like they need to update this interface. Actually, you're right. Thanks, Josh, for pointing that out. Much appreciated. Again, Josh with the heads up plays for sure. Because they only have one red up, right? Um. Ooh, that natural order, very awkward at the moment. We can bounce the Visionary again. We do that.
Actually, I don't think I want to do that. I'm gonna attack with all, see what they do. I don't think they block here. Yeah, I think that's pretty good here now. If they blow up the board, we can tick up and tick down again. That's gotta be Spellseeker, I'd imagine. There's no land that's like relevant in their deck. There's the Spellseeker. It's probably Sundered Demise here. Could be Ephemerate. Alright, so their hand is completely known now. I think it's gotta be Demise because there's just so much damage on board. I think they need a sweep. Yeah. So 4 in the yard. We can start to tick up. Did they cast? The Spellseeker. One card in hand. That's probably. Alright, I think we're gonna do that for sure. Yeah, it's not. So that's good. I think we do that. Hope to draw a Cradle. Ooh, this is awkward. I think we slam the Artisan here. Even though we're out of fetchables. It's a must answer. There's a chance we should take out the Spellseeker, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. What are they getting? Euro? Oh, they have 2 Ewits. Okay, sure. Yeah, I don't think they can afford to really do that. I think right here we've tapped them out. Well, actually, they have no cards in hand. I misspoke. They're just dead.
They have to block. They're literally just dead on board here. Yeah, alright. Pretty sick match. Pretty sick match. Glad Gris was able to do work there. Actually, probably won the game, to be honest. I do have to cut the stream short today. It's gonna be a short, one league only because I have some personal matters to take care of. So this will be the last match. Keep. I'm glad we were able to fit in a full league though. Looks like TES maybe. Could be TEG. Oh, it looks like it's the wheels deck. Ugh, that's not great for us. Yo, Mike, how's it going? Fortunately, you're catching us towards the tail end here. I don't think we want to reveal white, so they know how to play around deafening silence. It's a lot of moving parts, but Josh is kind of describing it there. Also, shout out to Josh. You were on Jarvis's stream and beat Painter, so I'm glad to see that you're doing okay with the list so far, or the recent-ish list. I think I like it in theory, Sadra, but to be fair, our matchups haven't really, we haven't even drawn any white cards. I do think I like it in theory, and actually, if we had drawn a Swords to Plowshares, it would have been very good in the previous match. Yeah, Jarvis also misplayed. He would have won game 2 otherwise. I caught game 2, or the replay at least, because I heard you were on stream from Inigo. Or I caught the replay of it, I should say. I didn't catch it in live. Okay. I think here we force the Artisan through and hope we get another turn. I mean, so is Swords to Plowshares, but you do have a point, Sager. Deafening Silence, kind of good against this deck, I think. Depending on the variant that they are on, too. I think there is a chance if we, hopefully we can just like clench here, right? Like they don't do anything, and then we just lock them out of the game. All right, nice. All right. Oh, we don't even need it. Do we not have Gris either? We do have Gris, Mike. We just will cast it off Birchlord if need be. I was gonna Artisan for Oof, but we just don't even need it, right? We're gonna slam that down, and just like their whole deck doesn't do anything now, potentially. There is a chance we ramp here. Actually, we do not, because the creative is already in hand. I would have to think about that. Again, this is all preliminary stuff. All right. I think here the line is just get a reclaimer. pass. We have like infinite time now. They're like soft locked. Like, oof is a silly card. We're just like, oh, okay. We just like try to get Cradle now, right? I'm not even sure we show this. I think we just pass. Yeah, I don't even think we show this. You'll hate it initially, Sadra. That's 100% true. And the reasoning is Karn. Yeah, don't care. And the reasoning is because of the Tabernacle triggers, but I think once you get over that hurdle, it's fine. Our opponent is virtually dead now. We just have to get our Cradle and kill them. And I didn't even want to reveal why, in case it matters. I don't know if they have Chalice or not. I feel like these super all-in combo versions probably do not have Chalice. Sure. So maybe we can salvage the 3-2, but keep in mind the 2 losses, I did punt, for what it's worth. Alright, it's game. I think Revoker is nice. I think we can cut all of these. Vog doesn't do anything. Mind Sensor could be relevant for a Saga. Thali is really good. Actually, a lot of this stuff is like really good. I think Caracas to deal with Emery is a little bit slow. I actually don't think we try and grind here. We just like cut the entire BFF. And that conveniently opens up us to like all kinds of shenanigans. Yeah, that looks good to me. Like we become a hate. Like the deck is trending towards like flexibility, and we in the ideal scenario could just like we in the ideal scenario just can transition into whatever kind of deck we need to be. Alright, we reveal the Savannah now. And then just like lead with turn 1 out Lilo Realms. I think ideally here we can go Revoker on Emery and then lock out their well actually we can even do it all potentially. It's really straining the mana though, Josh. I feel like it's gonna hurt us more than it help us. Shep. Birchlore. I think here we can maybe go oof and see what they do. Actually, well, I guess the order doesn't really matter. We could revoke her too. I think given this, now we name the Emery. Actually, yeah, probably the Emery. Yeah, I have thought about that too, Josh. You're not alone. I have thought about, which is crazy because we're already at the highest land count we've ever played by 2 lands. But I have thought about increasing the land count too. I think it's felt pretty good to me, but maybe it's worth more investigating. Let me see. Let's revisit. Is Otawara a consideration? You know, in that situation, Mike, or in the deck? I don't think in the deck it's consideration. In that, how would you have sequenced it differently, Mike? All right. So we salvaged the 3-2. I'll bring up the list again. Um, and unfortunately, I have to cut today's stream just a little bit short because I have some personal errands to take care of. But here's the list again. I think the swords are really good. I think that's kind of obvious. It's just whether we want black, right, for C's. Um, Man, it's tough because like if I don't want to go down to 7 fetches, it just feels like really sketch in my opinion. What we could do is go down to 1 Beseju. I'm not really in love with that either, to be honest. But it is like on the table if silence is not good enough compared to C's for combo. We Let's look at the matches. We lost to Painter here, and we did punt game 2 because we didn't tap the white in response to Blood Magus. Um, and then what did we lose to here? I don't remember what we lost to it. Oh, we lost the lands again. I think that was more of an anomaly because we had the progenitors in the opening hand is like quite kind of awkward, and we also misplayed there too. I think overall though, for now, I definitely want to push forward at least a few more leagues with this because I think without being priced into Streak Moth for black because of no glimpse, Swords to Plowshares beats a lot of decks, and especially a lot of creature combo decks, which we are otherwise have never really addressed and kind of ignored, right? Yeah, again, the sample size is way too small. Like, we didn't really play against. We played against combo, but they're like creature combo, and this is like sort of combo, but not really against the wheels deck. Um, my gut feeling is this will ultimately be better, is my guess, because I think Swords of Plowshares is just so much better than Fatal Push, right? So it's like, is the gap between C's and Deafening Silence bigger, or is the gap between Fatal Push and Swords? And I feel like the gap between Swords and Push is huge. But I mean, that's something to evaluate, right? Also, if we have to go into 3 colors, I would rather not though. So actually, it's good that we have our resident. I do have a few minutes to spare. It's good that we have our resident spell combo expert here in Mike. A lot of combo decks by the time they answer silence. Yeah, I think my gut feeling is like going like, and if we need to, we play like Mindbreak. I really despise that card though, but I feel like going silence into like Artisan or Oof into like complete lockdown with Thalia, right? Is gonna be very difficult, at least for the Storm decks to beat. Maybe we are a little bit soft to Reanimator, and that's kind of why I hedged with the 2 ley lines. But in theory, and notably, Swords has text against Reanimator as well. Granted, not great, but does have text. And so does Deafening Silence. I think this might be the highest ceiling, at least, for the deck. Because Silence is such a bomb, and so is Swords. And Seize is good. They both answered by bounce spells for what it's worth, Mike. But yes, they're kind of different, right? Uh, if need be, right, we will. Huh? No, not yet. If need be, we can play Mind Break Trap. I really feel like we can probably hate out combo easier and just be able to keep swords against a lot of the, especially since the top dog in the format is still Delver, at least by popularity standpoint, right? Argument to be made. There's a few other top dogs, right? Green White Depths is up there. I would say Moonstompy is definitely up there, and I say we are probably up there. On the periphery is probably like Jeskai and D&T, but those to me are like the best decks in the format at the moment. Obviously, if I'm leaving you out, like don't feel slighted. I think there is a number of decks that are viable, but I think those are the decks that catch people's attention. Anybody have any questions for me? I do think Thalia is correct. The fact, like, this is like sold on me because you can just bring it in fair measures. It's just like randomly good, right? Mind Sensor, not as good as Agent, but I think is a bomb against so many combo decks that I definitely want answer. The question is the Revoker, right? Like, in that slot, I can see a couple of things. Revoker, I think I can see like Spear of the Labyrinth. I can see maybe like a Skyclave Aberration. Is Spear of the Labyrinth too slow against combo? Depends on the combo deck, right? I think it really depends. Revoker attacks on kind of a different angle as Spirit, so I do like that. Spirit does get in the way of Visionary, but it's not as bad with Glimpse Cut, right? Skyclave probably too slow, but it is very flexible. I don't think we need to really hit a creature with it potentially. I think it's probably Outland Liberator, if anything. Yeah, I think it's real bad too. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's just something to consider. Canonist is a thing, but again, Canonist and Thalia, to me, kind of overlap. I want something different from Thalia and Mind Sensor, and I think Revoker is probably more different than Spirit of the Labyrinth. Yes, Canonist is definitely an option, especially with Artisan. We can, it's more one-sided, right? Like we can play our creature and then Artisan for another, right? It's just like not as symmetrical as you would think, historically speaking. Also, yeah, we are obviously neither Reliquary is a thing. I don't think it's probably good enough based on like Josh has tested it in the Yorion build before, and he has told me it's not good enough. So I trust Josh's judgment. And also on paper, 3 mana and really 4 with Artisan, right? It's just like kind of a million, right? Like we play Mind Sensor because it's the ultimate like late game bomb, right? But I don't think we want more three pieces. Don't play Maverick. We kind of are already, to be honest, right? Like this might be the better Maverick deck at the moment. We're even in white now. But that's it. I think any closing thoughts. I think the one person or the two people I would like to defer to are Mike and Josh. I think Josh has done a lot of testing with me in the past, and I definitely trust. Excuse me. His judgment. I also trust Mike's judgment because he is our resident combo player here, and you can cut the Burstwolf for the 22nd land. That is, would that be a Horizon Canopy, Josh? A Lair of the Hydra, or perhaps a dual land, right? So you can fetch for black. So you would have it all potentially, right? Which land did you have in mind? Also, feel free to speak in even if I didn't mention by name right now. Yeah, the Bayou is nice. If you want to switch for Seas, obviously Deafening Silence is a bomb though, so it may or may not be an issue. But Bayou is definitely reasonable. It opens up Thoughtseize obviously if you want to keep that. Obviously you don't have to play Ford, but yeah, it is an option. So I do. Let me know how that goes, Josh. I would be curious. And for those who don't know, Josh is Blade of Ice on Moto, and he is somebody that I have, definitely communicated via chat and on Discord and on, just DM in general in the past. And he has also not top 8. He's won a challenge, but more importantly, he's qualified for the Showcase challenge via, Showcase qualified via the Showcase challenge before. So obviously, no stranger to this deck and very good pilot. And then the Storm person, obviously, I would defer to Mike if he has any commentary. It seems like he's pretty high in the White Splash, and it's not as liable as you would think. The Bayou is nice though to cast, as mentioned, the Grist. I have been able to play without it, and I think it's probably okay, but we'll see. Also, just the extra land drop, if anything, might be nice. If there are no other questions, I will go ahead and now. Oops. I'll go ahead and. Okay, I clicked on that by accident. I will go ahead and raid Jabber now. All right, thank you everybody. Here, okay, actually, here are my socials again for those of you who are curious. And then actually, let's go back. I think it's more loud than TS against Combat X are redundant in their piece, less answers. So if Mike likes that, then I'm definitely leaning towards white, right? Like, thanks, Mike. I think this is like pretty groundbreaking, and I know we only went 3-2, but I did punt. Gets more unhinged by the minute. Yeah, I think if you're a combo deck, you're naturally hating more and more the progression of this deck, right? You're just playing more and more hammers, so to speak. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and raid now. Thank you everybody for tuning in. I apologize for cutting it short. Like I said, tonight I had to take care of some personal business, but I'm hoping to stream again, definitely during the weekend, one of these days, and maybe later this week even. So, can you show the deck list? I want a screenshot. That sounds like for nefarious reasons, Shade 920, but I will show it. Anytime somebody says that, it sounds like it's for nefarious reasons, but I will go ahead and show it anyways. Thank you everybody again. Shout out to Josh and everybody. Actually, Mike, Shade 920, and everybody for stopping by. Also, Sadra, obviously. Oops, wrong one. Raid Jabba. Actually, Jabber. I misspelled it. So thank you for tuning in.